Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, habari za asubuhi. Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing good. Today is a good day. It's already 2025. Yeah, we hope everybody's okay and everyone is doing good. Good morning, Mama Africa. Good morning, East Africa. Today is just a simple talk, a simple discussion about one of the topics that everybody's hearing about. Maybe you haven't discovered what it means, but the unification of East Africa. I know somewhere, somehow, you must have heard about unifying East Africa to become one country named the East African Federation. I know maybe very many people have heard about this, but don't really understand what benefits does it hold? What are its advantages and disadvantages? Anyway, do we really need this? And that's why today I come here to discuss with you about this important matter. First of all, I'm a Ugandan and I'm an African and I'm a person. Whenever I tell somebody that I'm a Ugandan, that I'm an African, I'm from East Africa, it makes me feel happy and I'm proud of being that. So proud. And whenever somebody asks me, where are you from? I happily say, I come from Africa, the east of Africa, from Uganda. It makes me happy. I feel proud of that. That's a fact. And when this topic came online about the unification of East Africa, I felt so happy because as Africans, as brothers and sisters, regardless of the geographical location, we are one people. We are all East Africans. So the unification of East Africa into the East African Federation is the only hope for the economic development, social development, political development of this region. Let's see. Why should we unite? One, without even minding about any other thing, without minding about who benefits most, the issue is we are the same people. I'm so glad and I appreciate the governments as of the unity that we have achieved in East Africa. For those who don't know, currently the passports that we hold, I mean the new passports that we hold, are the same. I was so happy when I met my Kenyan, Tanzanian friends and we have the same design, the same color, the same passport. Yes, this is what we need. So, if we have the East African Federation, what can we gain? I understand whoever is doing business in Uganda, you have heard or seen this, or you have seen this happening to you. Maybe other goods from Europe, maybe the American side, the West, or from China, or from Asia, anywhere. They have to go through Kenya, the tariffs, have to pay some taxes aside. Then when they reach Uganda, you pay more taxes. That's one. But if we have the East African Federation, we are one country. No need for that. As your goods enter through Kenya, Tanzania, or Congo, you're safe because they're already home. You understand? Because the geographical location of this federation, if it is formed, will be the best in Africa. It will be the fourth biggest country in the world, having access to both the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean. It means if you're buying your goods from either China or America, no problems at all. Very easy. As you cross the waters and reach home, it will be very safe and everything will be fine. Number two, we're talking about our local investors, the local manufacturers, or the local farmers. For example, if I'm in Masaka and I plant my tomatoes, I want to sell them to Tanzania, I just take them. And I sell. If I'm in Kigali and I want to sell my maize to Tanzania, it's okay. If I'm from Burundi and I want to sell my products in South Sudan, it's okay. Maybe let's also talk about the labor mobility. If we are one country, it's okay. I can work in South Sudan. I can work in Congo. I can work in Burundi. I can work in Kenya, Tanzania, or anywhere in Uganda, or anywhere. You say, even right now, it is possible. I know it is possible. But if we make it into the East African Federation, no papers needed, because we are one people. To tell you the truth, if you find out the biggest economies in the world, including China, including the USA, this was the step they took. And that's why the economies are doing good. The USA was just unified. China was just unified. There were very many different groups. We may not call them countries, but very many different people, different countries, different languages, different groupings. But when they unified, everything came to normal. So, fellow East Africans, fellow Africans, this is an opportunity to lift Africa to the highest standards. I know a lot of questions will come. Where should the capital be? I guess this is not a matter of discussion. Where should the capital be? Whether it's in Kigali, whether it's in Arusha, whether it's in Kampala, whether it's in South Sudan, it is where it's okay. I'll give you an example. If you come to Washington, D.C., the USA, you say, wow, this is development. But if you go in other states, it's the same. They are developed. If you come to China, you got the capital, Beijing, and you go to Shanghai, you go to Chongqing, you go to Hangzhou, they are all good cities. So it's not a matter of discussion. Where should the capital be? I know you say about the language. It's true, we have Kiswahili. I know, being a Ugandan, we're not so familiar with Kiswahili. But I understand. I cannot speak very well. But if somebody speaks Swahili, I understand naturally, because my mother tongue is Luganda. And if somebody speaks Swahili, I definitely understand what they're talking about. See how united. So, fellow East Africans, let's forget the history that will not develop us. Let's come together and work together. We develop together. We are one people. The East African Community, the East African Federation. Together we can do this. Together we can develop. The hope of Africa is becoming Africa's biggest country, Africa's biggest economy, Africa's biggest population. Wow. I think we're blessed.